money on the table. While you're shooting real estate photos for $300, mapping pilots are closing five-figure contracts. Mapping projects regularly command $2,000 to $15,000 per site, and some commercial jobs even hit six figures. The difference? You're selling visuals. They're selling data. And that's where the real profits live. This isn't theory. It's the same roadmap commercial drone operators use to go from one-off gigs to recurring data contracts. In this breakdown, you'll see which industries actually pay premium rates, what tech stack delivers results, and how to position yourself so clients see you as infrastructure, not just a vendor. Let's start with the mindset shift. If you bought a drone to make money, but you're only shooting photos and videos, you're playing the wrong game. Media work caps out fast. A few hundred here, maybe 1,000 there. Mapping lives in an entirely different economy. Because clients don't pay for pretty pictures, they pay for information that saves time, reduces risk, and cuts costs. A developer needs exact earthwork volumes before pouring concrete. A farmer needs stress maps before irrigation mistakes burn $50,000. An energy company needs tower inspection data before a failure costs lives. That's your new market. And the moment you understand that shift, you stop being a camera operator and start being a data provider. The big three industries. Let's talk about where the money actually is. Three industries dominate drone mapping: construction, agriculture, and infrastructure. Construction is the fastest path to five-figure contracts. Weekly progress tracking alone for a single development can run $12,000 to $20,000 per month. Stockpile volume measurements replace survey crews at half the cost. Earthwork cut-fill analysis prevents six-figure overruns before they happen. If you can deliver accurate data and clear reports, general contractors and civil engineers will keep you on retainer. Agriculture is the sleeper vertical most pilots ignore. These clients don't want photos, they want prescription maps. Multispectral sensors detect crop stress weeks before the human eye can. NDVI analysis helps guide fertilizer and irrigation, saving farms 15 to 25% on inputs while boosting yield. One farm contract can bring $8,000 to $15,000, and they renew every single season. Then there's infrastructure, the premium tier. Utilities pay top dollar because downtime costs millions. Bridge decks, transmission towers, pipelines. These used to require rope teams and shutdowns. Now, you fly it in 2 hours. Typical project rates, $5,000 to $12,000 per structure, and annual inspection contracts can hit six figures. The tech that matters. Let's talk gear, because too many pilots overspend before they earn. Your existing drone and a photogrammetry workflow can handle 90% of mapping jobs. Photogrammetry software like Pix4D, Drone Deploy, or propeller stitches overlapping images into orthomosaics and 3D models accurate to within 1 to 3 centimeters when you use ground control points. That's enough accuracy for most construction and ag projects. Cost to enter? A few $100 in software subscriptions. You don't need to buy LiDAR yet. LiDAR comes in when you're mapping under vegetation or need sub-centimeter precision. Forestry, transmission corridors, complex terrain, but don't jump early. LiDAR payloads start at $15,000. The golden rule: revenue first, gear second. The $4,000 report formula. Here's the workflow that makes clients happily pay $4,000 to $8,000 per project. Fly your mission with at least 75% overlap and capture ground control points. Process in Pix4D or Drone Deploy to create orthomosaics and elevation models. Export to CAD or GIS software, like Civil 3D or QGIS, for volumetrics and grading verification. Package it all into a clean, branded PDF with comparison imagery, tables, and accuracy notes. That deliverable, decision-grade data, not raw files, is what clients truly value. Real-world wins. A mapping pilot in the Midwest handled weekly tracking for a 40-acre site, 2 hours of flight time, 4 hours of processing, $18,000 a month. Over 8 months, that's $144,000 from one recurring client. An ag pilot mapped 1,200 acres of corn and soybeans with multispectral data. The farmer cut fertilizer costs by 22% and saw a 17% yield increase. That $11,000 contract turned into 4 more farms the next season. And a regional utility needed vegetation clearance data for 60 miles of transmission lines. LiDAR flights took 3 weeks, billed at $72,000, and prevented a single outage that could have cost $2 million. That win secured a 3-year renewal worth $210,000. These are not one-off gigs. They're systems that scale. Your 90-day launch plan. Month 1, get your software. Practice high overlap flights and process a few demo sites. Build a small portfolio. Month 2, identify 5 local construction or surveying firms. Send before and after samples and pitch weekly progress tracking. Month 3, deliver your first paid project, refine your workflow, and ask for a testimonial. Always use ground control points. Always fly compliant with FAA and LAANC approvals. Accuracy and compliance build long-term trust and repeat clients. Pricing and retainers. Start simple. Per acre pricing, $50 to $200 depending on deliverables and turnaround. A 20-acre site at $100 per acre, that's $2,000 for under 2 hours of flight time. Then shift to per project bundles, progress maps, cut fill analysis, and volumetrics in the $3,000 to $6,000 range. But the real game changer? Retainers. Weekly or monthly site visits at $10,000 to $15,000 per month lock in predictable income. That's how you go from chasing jobs to managing clients. The future edge, AI and positioning. AI is transforming the workflow. Modern platforms use machine learning to detect cracks, measure change, count plants, and auto-classify terrain. That means faster reports, less manual analysis, and more clients without hiring a team. But your biggest edge isn't technology, it's positioning. Stop advertising as a drone pilot. Construction managers don't search for drone operators. They search for progress tracking and grading verification. Farmers search for crop analytics, not aerial photos. You're a data provider who happens to fly a drone, not a pilot who happens to have a camera. The takeaway: mapping commands premium rates because it delivers decision-grade data. Construction, agriculture, and infrastructure are your 3 gold mines. Photogrammetry covers 90% of work with your current gear. LiDAR is your upgrade path when demand grows. Start small, deliver accurate results, and grow into retainers. That's how drone pilots turn into 6-figure data providers. Hit subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode. We're revealing the 5-question sales script that turns cold construction leads into paying mapping clients. Until then, keep flying smart. And remember, the real money's in the map.